an extremely oppressive evening here in the Ames area. I'm John Burnett Larkins. I want to welcome all of you in here. We've got a great hour of music coming up. This has to be one of the more warm and humid evenings I think I can remember in all the years I've been doing this. Probably ranks right up there in the top 5. If you've ever been called a hot mess, you can literally, truly be called a hot mess by the time you get home from this here tonight. But thanks again for joining us in the Bandshell Park sauna. No extra charge for that. We have turned the corner here in this concert season. Definitely heading down the home stretch now in the second half of the concert. Only 2 concerts left, believe it or not. So if you've got friends, family members, neighbors that haven't been down here yet, tell them they better hurry up. They're going to miss out. They're going to miss out on some great stuff if they're not here tonight. Let me tell you, the Jive for 5 Brass Quintet already got us going with that fine pre-concert entertainment. Let's hear it for them one more time. Yep. And they're not done yet. They're going to be performing more for you coming up during this next hour right here. And, of course, we have our bevy of regular fine musicians here on stage, all ready to go. Let's say hello once again tonight to the members of your Ames Municipal Band. And let's have a warm welcome for the director of your Ames Municipal Band, Dr. Mike Guillermo. And we are always happy to have this man join us on stage as a guest vocal soloist. And tonight he'll be bringing you some Michael Bublé and something called a crooner's serenade. You can look forward to that. But right now, he's ready to come on stage and join us for our national anthem. Our guest vocal soloist here tonight, please welcome Chris Johnson. And now, won't you please rise? Remove your hats, face the flag. Veterans and current service members, of course, you may perform a service salute at your discretion. Join Chris Johnson and the band as we get things officially underway with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Getting things underway with a Eric Osterling concert in March last week, and they're so perfect for this group, we decided to do it again this week. Our opener from Eric Osterling, that one called Mustang. Well, Franz von Sippe composed about 30 operettas in his lifetime and many other stage works as well. Some of those operettas still performed routinely around the world today. Little known factoid about von Sippe is that he was also a singer and sometimes performed as a basso profundo. But it is his instrumental compositions, of course, he is most noted for. His best-known works and overtures from them include Poet and Peasant, Light Cavalry, which I believe we already played earlier this summer, and the von Sippe operetta we spotlight tonight, The Jolly Robbers. The overture from The Jolly Robbers. Nothing like a rousing overture finish, and Von Sepe definitely contributing some excellent ones there. Hey, good news, the heat index is down to 99, so doesn't it feel better? Yeah. It is time once again to welcome tonight's guest vocal soloist. He is all set to start off with a Michael Bublé classic, Haven't Met You Yet. But you have met him already tonight because he was out here just a few minutes ago for our national anthem. He's been here for many other Ames Municipal Band concerts over the years as well. Please welcome back Chris Johnson. Chris is the middle school choral director at Roland Story and Gilbert Schools. He'll be the guest conductor for a special Opus Honor Choir that's coming up in November. That'll be a statewide choir performance, so feather in the cap there. And next week he'll be part of a production of South Pacific with Gilbert Community Theater. And on top of all that, he's painting his house. He went out of his way to mention that 2 or 3 times backstage. I think he's looking for some help. So, if anybody wants to help Chris paint his house, come find him wherever he is as soon as he gets done here in a little bit. After Haven't Met You Yet, Chris and the band will be heading into a selection called A Crooner's Serenade. Now, Haven't Met You Yet was written by Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé has covered A Crooner's Serenade. And Chris says that, he and Michael Bublé are very much alike. They're both so good looking. The only real difference is Michael Bublé has a few better dance moves. But other than that, hey. No, these are some excellent numbers. He's working on the dance moves, as you can see. By next year, he'll be all ready to go. That Crooner Serenade includes Moon Dance, I've Got You Under My Skin, Save the Last Dance for Me. Some perfect selections for a voice like Chris's. So here's Chris Johnson and the band.
I'm not surprised, not everything lasts. I've broken my heart so many times I've stopped keeping track. Talk myself in, I talk myself out. I get all worked up and then I let myself down. I tried so very hard not to lose it. I came up with a million excuses. I thought of every possibility. And I know someday that it'll all work out. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, that I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait. I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Whenever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby, your love is gonna change me. And now I can see every possibility. Ooh. And somehow I know it'll all turn up. You'll make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, that I'll give so much more than I get. Oh, I just haven't met you yet. They say all's fair in love and war, but I won't need to fight it. We'll get it right and we'll be united. Know that we can be so amazing, and being in your life is gonna change me. And now I can see every single possibility. And someday I know that it'll all turn up. and I'll work to work it out. I promise you, kid, I'll give more than I get, than I get, than I get, than I get. Oh, and you know that it'll all turn up. You make me work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, to give so much more than I get. Oh, I just haven't met you yet. I just haven't met you yet. And I promised you, kid, to give so much more than I get. I said love, 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 love. I just haven't met you yet. Oh, I just haven't met you yet. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of hot July skies. You know the night's magic seems to whisper and hush, and all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just get one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Can I just have one more with you, my love? I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. And I've got you under my skin. Don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, step up to reality. For each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. You can dance dance with the guy who gives you the eye. Let him hold you tight. You can smile, every smile for the man who held your hand 'neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can you feel it when we touch? I will never, never let you go. I love you oh so much. Oh, you can dance and go and carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks if you're all alone, can he walk you home? You must tell him no. 'Cause don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. So darling, save the last dance for me. It's a marvelous night for a moon dance.
What do you think of that? Chris Johnson. We are always happy to work with our wonderful local media partners. News Talk 1430 KASI. We are live on the radio right now, so everybody wave at Mom. No? Yeah, there you go. She can see you. And whether these concerts are live on Thursday night or not, you can always listen in Sunday morning at 9 o'clock and hear a rebroadcast on News Talk 1430 KASI. And Doc mixes it up with Mel in the morning every Thursday morning during the concert season. They will preview that night's upcoming concert. Ames Channel 12, of course, featuring Ames Municipal Band concerts online with the City of Ames YouTube channel. You can watch those concerts anytime you want, even concerts from years past. And Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at noon is the normal schedule this summer for these TV broadcasts also, if you prefer to watch that way. And check out the band's Facebook page, too. We haven't heard from Leroy Anderson yet this concert season, amazingly enough. Here we are, 3/4 of the way through, and we're just rolling out the first Leroy Anderson number. It's high time for it. This is one of the favorites from the Master of Light Band Arrangements. This is Serenata. And there's your Leroy Anderson fix for right now, anyway. We want to wish happy birthday to a couple of people here tonight. Jessica Schomburg, who's in the percussion section in the band. I think Jessica said 23 years old. I don't even remember what it was like to be that young. And Drew Barker, who is the director of bands at Humboldt High School. He's in the audience here tonight. Where are you, Drew? He's an ISU alum. And, yep, from up around that Humboldt way. I bet I know why he's here tonight. And everybody get ready to sing along with the band. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jessica and Drew. They didn't make Jessica play on that. See, they gave her a break since it's in honor of her birthday. In 1991, during what is called the Disney Renaissance period, one of the studio's most popular animated films was released, and that was Beauty and the Beast. Based on an old French fairy tale, it's interesting to note it was portrayed in a 1946 French film with real actors, and Disney had attempted to adapt it in both the 1930s and again in the 50s without success. It was created on a $25 million budget, grossed $425 million worldwide, won the Golden Globe Award for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, the first animated film to do so. Also won the Academy Award for the Best Original Score and Best Original Song for its title song. And in 1994, it became the first Disney animated film to be adapted into a Broadway musical. Memorable music and no shortage with Beauty and the Beast. Tonight we will bring you a medley that includes Prologue, Belle, Gaston, Be Our Guest, Beauty and the Beast, the theme, and Transformation. Highlights from Beauty and the Beast. You know, one time I thought I was going to have to miss this concert tonight, and I was not happy about having to miss our next guest artist we'll have in the spotlight, or Chris Johnson, the vocal soloist. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier, did you enjoy that version of the national anthem this evening from Chris Johnson and the band? Did you notice that was different? Yeah. That was Chris's recommendation that they do that. That is the Whitney Houston arrangement she did at the Super Bowl like 20 or so odd years ago. The renowned American composer and big band leader Glenn Miller carved himself a place in musical history in a very short time span. Miller and his band scored 23 number one hits in just 4 years. That is a better record than Elvis and the Beatles by way of comparison. The music of Miller, a treat anytime, but tonight it's going to be extra special since it will feature our special guests, the Jive for Five Brass Quintet. Here they are once again. Jive for Five, composed of current and retired band directors from the Fort Dodge, Humboldt, and Dayton areas, with a repertoire of more than 300 tunes, everything from Bach to rock, as they say. The members are Tim Miller on trumpet, retired director of bands from Humboldt Middle School; Dave Sworoff, trumpet, retired director of bands at Southeast Valley Middle School and a regular member of the Ames Municipal Band; Kathy Yoakum, French horn, director of 5th and 6th grade bands at Humboldt Middle School; Dan Cassidy, trombone, retired director of bands from Iowa Central Community College in Fort Dodge; and Paul Bloomquist on the tuba, director of bands at Iowa Central Community College. They're all set to go. They're going to bring you the classics In the Mood, Moonlight Serenade, and St. Louis Blues with the Glenn Miller medley from the Jive for Five Brass Quintet. Doing up Glenn Miller Wright, Jive for Five Brass Quintet. And it's time now for the grand finale from Jive for Five. Here tonight is one of their signature tunes. It has emanated from this band shell many times in the past, but boy, I tell you, we never, ever get tired of hearing it. It's a 1914 ragtime composition that has lyrics, but it is most often done as an instrumental. Literally hundreds of recorded versions have been done. It became a mainstay in the Chicago-style Dixieland jazz or hot jazz scene in Chicago in the 20s. Jackie Gleason used it regularly in his shows in the 50s and 60s. Set to bring you this classic here tonight, the Jive for Five Brass Quintet, and that's a plenty. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jive for Five Brass Quintet. Now, aren't you glad you came tonight and braved this heat and humidity? Our hymn this evening, written by William Arms Fisher, a student of the Czech composer with Iowa ties, Antonin Dvorak. Fisher said it was based on the Largo in Dvorak's Symphony No. 9, and that the Largo signifies many things, including Dvorak's longing for his home country and also the plights of Native Americans and of African Americans in the days of slavery. Here is Going Home. A reminder that the Ames Municipal Band will once again be part of the Festival of Municipal Bands in Boone coming up Saturday, Herman Park. Ames Municipal Band will perform at 3 p.m., but many other bands performing for quite a few hours during the day. We hope you can make it over there to that great festival. Next Thursday here in Bandshell Park, we'll have a new and very unique guest ensemble performing. The Mariachi Reyes del Oeste Mariachi Band from Denison will provide the pre-show entertainment at 7 p.m. We'll also perform with the band during the concert. By far, I think we can safely say the first time a mariachi band will perform with the Ames Municipal Band. We think you will enjoy it. We hope you are here. Zach Howell will be the guest vocal soloist, and we'll also have a trumpet solo from Lucas Yoakum. And yes, he is the son of Kathy Yoakum of Jive for Five. Our John Philip Sousa closer tonight, written by Sousa for the Cotton States and International Exposition in 1895 in Atlanta. Nearly 800,000 people attended. It was to showcase products and techniques pertaining to the cotton industry and to encourage trade with Latin America. Here is King Cotton. Under the direction of Dr. Michael Golimo, ladies and gentlemen, your Ames Municipal Band.
That'll do it for tonight. Once again, thank you for braving the humidity to join us this evening.
Look forward to seeing you back here next Thursday night. Thanks again to Jive for Five and Chris Johnson. I'm John Burnett Larkins on behalf of all the members of the Ames Municipal Band. Good night, everyone.